I get questions from lawyers and from litigants about issues related to public records, because an investigative reporter asking for public records is similar to an attorney asking for discovery during litigation. Public records tell us about our history. They tell us the truth and they tell us the facts. And I'm going to show you how I asked for public records related to a secret mystery dinner held by judges known as the Bar Bench Media Police Committee.
Are you Annie? I am.
I started covering a case involving the San Jose Mercury News, where they had filed a restraining order request against a former Mercury reporter who had called another reporter a shitty journalist. The legal proceedings seemed a little excessive, and I noticed in a transcript in that file that the judge had disclosed that she had been on a Bar Bench Media Police Committee with the Mercury editor. And this was a committee I'd never heard of before, despite being on the court's press list. And so I asked for the records. And then we started to find exactly what this Bar Bench Media Police Committee was all about.
So this is the Three Flames restaurant where the Bench Bar Media Police Committee was held for over 30 years without public notice and funded by the jury services of the Santa Clara County Court. So this is the back room where they held the Bar Bench Media Police Committee 5 times a year, 3 hours each time, where they met off record, and they had judges, police officers, lawyers, and reporters talking on the public dime and out of the public eye.
While the records have been slow to be produced, we have been able to find out certain information. And it's like finding something out in a lawsuit that you didn't know existed, and then you have to figure it out. We know that this committee lasted for over 30 years, that judges, federal, state, and appellate court judges met with some private lawyers, but not all, some government attorneys, but not all. Some reporters were invited, but not all. And while taxpayers paid for these meetings, we don't get to know what was said, because the public wasn't noticed as they handed out trophies and talked about their opinions and ideas. Judges talking with police officers who would appear before them as witnesses, or reporters whose media's requests they would grant or not. We were not invited to this meeting and did not know it existed. Since these meetings were not disclosed to the public, we don't know what was said. We don't know what conflicts were created that may have tainted trials and may have tainted headlines that affected juries and voters. And so we're going to continue to look for the records, just like we would be continuing to look for discovery if we were involved in a lawsuit.